Kwesi, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Hope you're doing good.
I'm doing great.
There's always this confusion about your name. Some say Kwesi Appiah, some say Kwesi Appiah. Which is which?
No, there are so many other regions who actually name the Sunday born.
Yeah.
Some of them call it Kwesi, some call it Kwesi, some call it KWASI. So mine is Kwesi, KWASI.
Oh, okay. Yours is KWASI. Okay.
But
okay.
whichever way you go, do accept it.
Okay, so you accept either of them. Mm-hmm. Your life journey, where were you born? How did it start out?
Actually, I was born in Sunyani.
Oh, okay.
But my parents, my mom comes from a village in Domahinkro. It's called Yakrom. And my dad also comes from the Kwai area, a village there called Kotoko. So, but because they lived in Sunyani, that's where I lived and started school.
Oh, okay. So which school did you go to?
Went to Sunyani Experimental School.
Oh, okay. And okay, so how was the upbringing like?
In actual fact, Sunyani Experimental School is one of the best schools in Sunyani.
Oh, okay.
And there, that's where I started playing. And in actual fact, my father was not interested in football and didn't want me to play football. So anytime I wanted to play as a kid, I had to run away. Hey. Or we do play football in school.
So that was the only way you could play football? Yeah. Either in the school or you have to run out of the house to go and play?
Yeah, until I got to secondary school. Even that, he didn't agree, but my mom always finds a way to let me go.
What your father, what did he want you to do?
He actually wanted me to be a doctor.
Oh, okay.
But
you're not a doctor in football.
Yeah. But in actual fact, I was actually good in accounting, so I wanted to be an accountant.
Okay.
So if it had not been football, maybe I would have
been an accountant. Then you will manage our economy, isn't it?
Yes. Being a finance minister now.
So tell me pretty quick, why did you choose football and not any other sport when you were growing up?
The interest started at primary school at the Sunyani Experimental School. And when I left there to secondary school, Pokowari Secondary School, my first year, I was invited to join the school team.
Oh, okay.
So, and I played for the whole 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So the interest actually
grew from there.
Yeah, grew a lot from the school. And immediately after school, I played, actually, because I went to the Blastars before going there, my confidence levels and the way I initially looked at Kotoko players, my mind changed about how things are.
Oh, okay. So how was it like at Kotoko then?
If you play in any other team, apart from us, you see Kotoko players like your big, stars and
they're the superstars.
Yeah, and because in actual fact, most of them also play for the Blastars as well.
Okay, yeah.
So you always think, this team, it's like ambition to get there one day.
Yeah.
So, and when I got there, the difference I could see, that was 1981.
Yeah.
Is the players were so united.
Wow.
And the idea of being a Kotoko player, the thing is, they were competing with each other at each position. The other side that I could not understand is those who are competing, you see both of them at the national team. Then it's like, if you get the opportunity and you don't perform, your fellow player is taking over.
Your friend will take your position.
Yes. So it was actually, and every single player, when we go into the pitch, we say, oh, this game, I'm going to get a goal. This one say, oh, I'll try and score 2. And no matter what, they'll try and get the goal that they've promised. And if you play in those days, to 1, to 2, to 3, if you play in Kotoko and the game is not over, you should never say, no, you can never get tired, or you should never think that you've won against us. You know, so everybody made sure he played his role really, really well. And if you know that there's something that you're missing, like your shooting is not good, your dribbling is not good, or your stamina is low. You know, those days I was living at, what do you call it, the Champs. And I had to run to the stadium before we start training. Because when you realize that your stamina is down, you don't need to wait for the coach
to tell you.
No, you yourself should know that, look, my stamina level is down, so I need to, and to back it up, you should make your own run.
So what was the distance like running from Dichamsu to the stadium? Is it a bit far?
Yeah, it's a bit far. I actually can't calculate the mileage, but it's far. And when you get there, you know, you start full training with the whole team.
Was it the time that former President Ayew was the chairman of Kotoko? Because many people often say that you and Ayew have this father-son relationship.
Because actually when he came to be the chairman, I was then the captain.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, we actually did things, you know, always make sure. He contacted me to check on how the players are faring and how the team is going. So
let's stay with that father-son relationship, because I will coming back to the Black Stars, because it was a combination of Kotoko and Black Stars. So what kind of a chairman was Ayew?
One good thing about him is he always made sure the players got what they need.
Okay.
You know, he knew that we had quality, and if he's able to provide whatever we need, automatically we will go out there and perform. You know, so that was one thing. He always made sure everybody was okay. You know, so in that aspect, and in football, you know, you see, it's all about getting your measures right. Because when the player has a straight mind and he gets on the pitch, automatically you get the best performance out of him. You know? Okay,
so talk to me about the Black Stars, because you mentioned that you were with the Black Stars before we went to Kotoko. How was the Black Stars team like then?
I think that there was a problem. So the team was like being dissolved, and they had to form the national team again. And that's how come they decided to form it around Kotoko and Haas.
Oh, okay.
So Haas had a lot of players, and Kotoko
also had many players.
And that's, I think, how come Kotoko had about 14, 15 players at the national team.
Wow.
And then they had to call me and Bannerman, Kofi Appiah, and some few players to join them, you know, and to form the nucleus of the team.
So tell us, because there are so many interesting stories of the Black Stars of 1980, even till date. Every day there's a story about the Black Stars. It's always an ending story. So tell us, at what point did you become the captain of the Black Stars?
Before I became the captain of the Black Stars, Pokunti, who was the captain.
Oh, okay.
And then he left to Switzerland.
Okay.
And at that time, he was not coming anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I think in 1988, you know, I became the Black Stars until 1992.
But who gave you the captain? Which coach gave you the captaincy?
At that time, I think it was Coach Afrani.
Oh, okay.
Coach Afrani on Sambudu.
So during your days at Kotoko and the Blackstars. Did you play abroad or you played?
No, I've never played abroad.
You played most of your career?
Oh, not most, all of them.
All your career, all your career in Ghana. I can imagine. So maybe you liked Kotoko too much, or maybe they were paying you well.
Not that they actually. Kotoko was the team who were paying better than the other clubs. But I'm saying that those days, players never wanted to travel.
Oh, okay.
They preferred playing. And that's why if you're going to watch a game, you even make your selection at home. Like, these are the players I'm going to watch. And you get to the stadium, they will be there. But now, you make your selection, you get there, you won't see one player. They are all gone out.
They've all gone.
Yeah.
So you were captain from 88 to 92. It means that you were the captain when we qualified to the 1992 AFCON.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about the qualifying series. What was it like? As a leader of the team, what were you telling your teammates?
Most of the time,
because we hadn't won the trophy since 1982.
It's true, but that 1992, that was when Bukar Caesar came.
Yeah.
At that time, he tried to put the team at the level where you need to compete to be selected. So there was kind of some competition in the team, and a captain's role is making sure that the coach wants us to play this kind of system, or the coach wants us to take our set pieces how he wants us to take it. So it's up to you, the captain, to remind your players, there's a free kick here, and this is how it should be taken. Or there's a corner kick here, this is how it should be taken. You are representing the coach on the pitch.
Yeah. And
then at the same time, trying to encourage the players when they go in and stuff.
Tell me, I've had the privilege of speaking to many of your teammates, some who were with you in the 1992 African Cup. It's part of your profile, actually. They talk about how going into the tournament, you lost the captaincy armband. Do you recall what happened?
As I said earlier, I was captain from 1988. And in those days, I can't remember if you are the captain, you're captain for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
And normally they move you to the
maybe
next stage, which is a general captain.
Or kind of something.
Yeah. So after Opukunti, when I took over 88, if the management had told me that they want to make Abedi the captain, I would have just told them, look, let's try make me the general captain, and then we pronounce him as the captain. But unfortunately, they came out and said, we're going to Senegal for the competition, and because I cannot speak French.
A language barrier.
Yeah. So they giving the captaincy to Abedi. And you see, that created a lot of issues for people to condemn them, So that was a big mistake that they did. But on my part, since I had captain for 4 years and, we've been able to win, go to the Cup of Nations. Yeah. Taking the captainship wasn't a big issue. At the end of the day, if you are invited to the national team, you are not invited because of being the captain.
Yeah.
You are being invited there to defend your nation. And that's why you need to go out there and do.
How disappointing was it that they never told you that they were going to change you as the Black Stars captain and never gave it?
And that's what I said. It was just unfortunate. I don't know what happened along the line, because even there were some issues where they were thinking of, dropping me from the competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I got to know through one of the management members, But saying that it was a decision that was not good at all because we created a big division in the team, you know. But if they had done it the right way, just even consulting me alone would have changed the scenario.
But many people also say that because of that captaincy role, we missed out on winning the African Cup of Nations in 1992. Do you think it played a role?
I don't think so. I knew that there was a division in the team, but you know, we were always making sure, you know, we try and unite, you know, by making sure we call all the players and, you know, instilling in them dialogue. We are not here because of captaincy or any particular person. We're here to defend the flag of Ghana. And through that, you know, we started getting together as a team.
Did you have any kind of conversation with Abedi Pele in terms of the leadership?
Yeah. And at any given time, we were talking.
Oh, okay.
And even when I wanted us to pray in my room, I told him, and he will be part of every. And then after, you know, we all talk, you know, that look, anybody's mind, we should all put it aside. And I think of being united, you know, for us to get, because without any unity in the team, automatically you know succeed in whatever we're here for.
Tell me, please, at what point did you retire from the national team?
93.
1993?
No, 92. When we came back from the Cup of Nations, I decided to finish with the national team.
Okay.
And then 93, I decided to stop playing.
Okay. At what point did you decide that you were going to be a coach?
When I stopped playing Kotoko, that was 1993, Coach Malik, Malik Jabir,
okay.
He was a coach. So he told me to be his assistant.
Oh, okay.
You know, because by then all the players, you know, they knew me, they all loved me, and he thought he could use me to
try to
control the players. Now saying that, you know, I also started gaining interest in it, and that was where I started the coaching. So I was his assistant coach, and unfortunately he left. So there was a coach called Watara. He came, and then I was also his assistant. And then Bukasiza came, and then I was his assistant.
The Bukasiza you worked with at the Black
Yes. So when he left, Bukasiza left, you know, I took over.
Oh, okay. From
95, 96. So I was the head coach.
Tell us, at what point did the FA tell you that you were going to take charge of the team?
At that time, you know, Ghana, we went to all African games.
Yes.
In Mozambique.
Yes. Maputo,
Yeah, Maputo. And then the management of the FA had confidence in me after winning the gold. In Maputo.
Was your star player that
Yes. You know, so they thought of giving me the opportunity. And I'll always be grateful to the management at that time. Because it's not easy when you're going to play the World Cup qualifier. And then you put the team in the hands of someone who's not handled that level before. And by God's grace, you know, we also made sure, because of what I've learned, little that I've learned from all the previous coaches, I made sure, you know, we achieved. I quite remember we played Zambia.
Yes.
And they beat us 1-0 in Zambia. And we had a meeting, and then one of the management members, do I think I qualify or I can take the team to the World Cup? So automatically, I know you people have believed in me. That's why you gave me the team. And I'm assuring him, well, he was sitting by a wall. So I said, you should turn and mark there. You finish the qualifier, and we will be on top. And by God's grace, we were on top at the end of it. You know, because one thing that we are not realizing is, when I took over the national team, that was the time when, unfortunately, there was a team that we had. You know, if you Ocean Sule's group.
Yeah, they were fading
the
out.
team, the team had been there for some years.
Yeah, like almost 10 years.
John Mensah, John Paynes.
Yeah.
You know, so I came at a time when these guys are all, you know, going out of the scene. So I had no choice, given the opportunity, I had no choice but to start building the team.
Yeah.
And that's how come, you know, I started inviting a lot of players into the national team. And it's unfortunate that, you know, when you're doing that as a coach, it's a high risk taking, in the sense that even though it's good for the nation, but if you coach for your career, if things don't go well, Ghanaians will not forgive you, or even the management will not forgive you.
Because they will feel that, we give an opportunity and
you're messing up. But they didn't look at, did we have a team? You know, building a national team is totally building a club side.
Yeah.
A national team, more especially where our players are out there, it takes time to keep inviting some players. Yeah. If some players come and they don't do well, you know, you need to invite another ones. Yeah. And when they also come, and you can't use one match to assess a player. Yeah. You know, so in trying to change and try to rebuild the team, it actually takes time. But unfortunately, time is not in any Ghanaian side. You know, and that's how come my situation was. But at the end of the day, if you have the team, you try and do the best that you can. You know, try and bring players that you think can help the team.
But did you explain to the FA that, see, Stephen Appiah is out. Sule Muntari is in the twilight of his career. John Mensah getting to the twilight of his career. John Paynes, all these players have Ricardo, Derek Brighton, they are all fading out of the national team. So we need to rebuild. Did you explain this to them?
Actually, I'll be lying if I say that now, that I explained that to them. But I was of the view that, okay, they themselves knew that they should know.
That's what you need to tell them.
They should know that, you know, these players are all going out. You know, but you know, the good thing is, all the players that I started inviting, you know, Wakasu, Ayew, many of them, last time, there are about 30 to 40 players. Yeah. You know, all of them, when they come, they also prove. Because I always tell them, look, don't prove to me. Go out there, play, and prove to Ghanaians that you deserve to be in the team. You know, because before I call any player, I make sure I follow him for about 5-6 matches.
Oh, okay.
And know that, look, this guy deserves a call-up, and he can fit into a role in the team. You know, so, as I said, it's also unfortunate that we didn't have the patience or the time, you know, to build. Where we can actually build this.
Let's come to you being your own man, which was 2013 AFCON. You were in charge. You were calling the shots. You made the decisions. Before that tournament, you made one of the biggest decisions, dropping Andrew Ayew from the team. Why did you drop Andrew Ayew from the 2013 AFCON?
Oh, you see, Andrew is my son. God, me, Abedi's children are my children. My children are Abedi's children. And it relates to all my playmates. Yes. We are brothers. But you see, you always make sure you do the right thing. When I say the right thing, I made, a decision that every player should get to camp on, let's say, Friday. You know, and then all the players get there, and you are not there. I called and asked why you were not there. You know, your reason was accepted. I said, okay, look, I'm giving you Monday, get to camp. Monday, you do not come. So if I've given you extra 2 days and you not turn up.
So what was his reason for not turning up for the first time?
I don't want to go into details on that, but
Okay.
you see, it's about setting rules. You know, when you set a date and the player doesn't come, automatically, if you don't react, then what are you telling the other players? Then in future, if you make a call up and they don't feel like coming now, they just stay and come whenever they want.
People say that because you dropped his younger brother, Jordan, that was why he didn't come. Did he tell you that?
No.
He never said anything like that?
No.
Was he injured? Was he injured? That's why he didn't show up. Was he injured?
No, he gave a reason, you know, and myself and the management thought about the reason, if the reason makes sense. So we all thought, okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And then he did not turn up the following Monday, so.
You had to drop him?
Mm.
Was it a big call to make?
Yeah, I mean, how can you drop the day at that time he was at the peak, you know? But you see, when I took over 2012,
12, yes.
my main target was to try and build a two winsome team.
Okay,
for
so
the national team.
2 separate national teams?
Yes.
Okay.
So now, we don't have a situation where players will think without them, the national team is not there. You know, so it was one of the reasons why I started inviting a whole lot of players, you know, to make sure you have 2 winsome teams. You quite remember players were sometimes, oh, I won't play for the national team again.
Yeah.
Then all our Ghanaians will put their hands.
I'll come to that.
You know, so I wanted us to get away from that situations, you know, and make sure if you're not there or you are sick or injured, we have a replacement that can play for the nation.
Why did you make Asamoah the captain? Because we still had Suleiman Muntari, who was a senior player. You brought back Michael Essien and yourself, who was a senior player. There was John Mensah, who had not entirely been out of the team. Why did you make Asamoah the captain?
Actually, before then, John Mensah was the captain.
Yes.
You know, so we were then going to the 2013 AFCON. Yeah.
And in fact, Jan had retired. He retired from the team after missing that penalty against Zambia.
Yeah.
So when you brought him out of retirement, then you made him captain of the Black Stars.
Because you see, sometimes you make someone a captain because you want him to give something extra for the team. You know, so and at that time, John Mensah, just gave him a call and said, look, John, I'm moving you to general captain. And I gave the captaincy to Asamoah Gyan. Sule and Essien were not part of the team by then. Yeah. You know, because normally we look at who was being long in the team. You know. So I gave it to him, and from 2013 and up to 2019.
Yes.
You know, and I had issues as to why.
You were taking the captaincy.
Asamoah Gyan, no, why Sule Muntari and somebody like Essien, because they've been in there longer. But by then, I had taken the decision already, so I had to stick to it.
But would you have considered other players, say Michael Essien or Sule Muntari, if they were within the team?
If they were in that team, maybe yes.
Then came the 2014 World Cup. What a tournament that was. But unfortunately, we couldn't make it. But many of us already know the stories surrounding how the team could not perform and all that. But one of the stories that stood out was the fact that they said you had lost control of the dressing room. and that you were crying in front of the players?
When you say you've lost control in the dressing room, I don't know actually. I don't actually
what it means.
What it means, because if someone who's lost control in the dressing room is someone who cannot control the players. You know, if you cannot control the players, because the dressing room is made up of players. So if you cannot control the players, then we classify you as, okay, you've lost control. Secondly, when there are some people in this life that are very emotional.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they react to what their emotions are, people might be surprised they've opened their mouth. Because of that, there are some people, when they are so highly tensed, they cry to take away the emotions away. And I actually, when I felt like I was very highly
emotional,
very emotional, and what would have maybe happened there? Everybody in the whole.
So what led to you being very emotional to the extent that you were sharing tears?